Victims of Zorro Ranch, they're coming forward.
Investigators are swarming Jeffrey Epstein's notorious New Mexico ranch.
Here's another satanic Super Bowl ritual. Mac Hollins arriving to the game with handcuffs and the whole shebang.
You were in Hollywood, right? Check the net.
Check the net.
One of the scientists who passed away was followed around by a frequency that would make popcorn kernels pop randomly.
During the research, come to find out 90% of the women in power in multiple companies are not really women.
Guys, look at how disgusting this is. This is how they laugh at Jesus. A man that never hurt a fly. This is what they do. For little kids to watch.
Currently about to get my 36th COVID booster, and I'm pretty excited because this marks 6 boosters a year since 2020 without missing a single one.
Welcome back to the Wizard's Fish. Be sure to follow my second backup channel, which I will link below. It is called but just Wizard's Fishbowl. Clearly things have been happening to this channel. Some of you have been unsubscribed. Some of you are not getting your notifications when I've been posting. So be sure to check back often just to make sure that you're staying up to date on everything. Yeah, that's about that. So everything that you see in here is for entertainment purposes only, and viewer discretion is advised. Let's get into it.
Have you ever noticed how your favorite celebrities and politicians end up with a black eye at some point? Seems like some kind of initiation ritual or something. And then they always end up posing like it's some badge of honor afterwards for pictures and videos. Entertainment purposes only, of course.
Thing squiggles in through the eye. It does a spiral around the optic nerve all the way to a certain point, and it's driven there by taste. And they said once it gets there, it has the taste of butterscotch. It then starts what they call sweating the quilt. The spinal cord stuff comes out of the spinal cord, and it's everything that the lizard is. The lizard's whole body is dead, and it can't go back in. It's one way. The juice that's in the spinal cord gets excreted out of the tip of this thing. They're parasitic cells. The parasitic cells go into the brain. The old person's consciousness is gone. The body is absolutely, totally dominated, and the lizard is smarter as a human.
Here you go. 1st Battalion made up completely of humanoid robots, all lined up, ready for inspection. Ra-01, give me a salute.
Did you just see those robots? How about this one? The same people who just voted overwhelmingly to bury their own sexual misconduct files, the same people who scream about the Epstein files but protect their own, are the ones building an army of autonomous machines. They sell this by saying it saves American lives. It saves American soldiers' lives overseas. Literally, this is what they're claiming. But as a veteran, let me ask you a real question. What happens when we disagree at the home front? When you remove the human element from the military or law enforcement, you remove the consequences. You remove the soldier who might say, no, I'm not doing that to my own people. A machine doesn't question a corrupt order. A machine doesn't have a moral compass.
He's not lying.
Follows programming. They are building a system that protects the elite and removes the human barrier between their power and our freedom. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is time to wake the fuck up.
This is why traffic starts. This right here. Look. Look at this shit. Look. There's nothing going on up front. They're just there. What that shit says? Traffic operations. Wow. So they are doing that on purpose. Insane, man. These are my.
You know what's funny? I said this last year that traffic is man-made and that literally there's no reason for it to even exist. I think they create traffic to cause more stress on our nervous systems. I
Waste
think that's
time.
the whole reason. I don't understand the point of this video because it's just 2 cars and there's 1,000 cars behind it. If everyone drives past, then what can they do? I think this is a perfect example of why the world won't change. It's kind of the same with the elites. Literally 2 cars controlling thousands of cars because of fear. But if we as the cars, as the traffic, are just able to see, bro, why are thousands of us letting 2 of them control us and we just move past them? What can they really do about it?
This is in Turkey, apparently. Super cool. I love old stuff.
How many patients have you been able to cure so far?
I would say 1.
Yeah. I have cured none of my patients.
How many people have I cured? Well, there are no real cures right now in psych.
I think it's all funny.
When you pass the age of 25, it's harder and harder for you to believe stuff and like new things. That's why they keep shoving this shit in your face, because they mean you accept it. What Martin said. Check the neck.
Start paying attention to that every movie you watch, every TV show when you're out in public.
Under no circumstance are you
Watch
allowed
this.
to take off your blindfold.
What does bullet mean?
That you have, I will hurt you. Do you understand?
For the smart people, for the people with phones, what does bullet mean?
Do you understand?
Pain apple, double pane Adam's apple means male. You feel me? But everybody knew this shit for years.
Rumor was that
For entertainment.
male and female reproductive
Y'all thought this was a game when they said it on Friends?
male and female reproductive parts.
What? Said your parents flipped a coin, decided to raise you as a girl, but you still had a hint of a penis.
This shit not funny.
You started that? What? You heard that? Everyone at our school heard it.
Everybody at my school heard it. You were the hermaphrodite cheerleader from Long Island?
Oh my God, this is all making so much sense to me now. This is why Adam Carter wouldn't go out with me. This is why Billy Trapp would just stay in this region.
Actually, Billy Tratt is gay now, so that one's not really our fault.
Monica, how come you never told me this? I thought it might be true. And I was afraid that you were going to cry and then show it to me.
What better way to lead people astray than to have them unknowingly fantasize about biological males that they believe are females? Yeah, it blew my mind when I discovered it.
Y'all like Friends? I watched this. I watched every episode of this. I always had a feeling.
True. I'm a tranny. I'm a man. You do not look in the mirror and not think you're beautiful. I'm a man. What?
The bitch drink blood, so Megan Fox a man.
And he just puts on his wig and a dress, and it's me, and you don't know that, and it's the greatest ruse of all time. He just puts on his wig
In your face again.
and a dress, and it's me, and
These are NPCs. Remember that.
This is why I don't support any famous person in the spotlight, any politician, because they're all part of the club. Believe it or not.
That's when she was talking about using baby blood on her face on the Ellen show.
It's true.
Foreskin from a Korean baby.
Said to me, you know, sweetheart, one day you should settle down and marry a rich man. I said, Mom, I am a rich man. Give me those. You pricked my finger.
you're such a woman.
Well, you were the one.
No, I'm the man.
Who am
We just threw a jug of water into some lava. That's kind of weird. Seemed to piss it off.
It seems to have invigorated the activity.
That's strange. I wonder if there's more to lava than we know about. I think it would just evaporate super quick. Huge ass mudslide. Oh, it's a flash flood with mud. That's scary. It moves so fast. Definitely wouldn't survive me, like, if you got sucked into that thing. It's weird. It looks like the sky is kind of like tilting, like to the side as well as spinning. It's amazing.
I keep telling y'all something is about to happen, and nobody is paying attention. You just had some very important people saying that they believe in 2027, aliens are gonna make contact with Earth. And now, over the last 24 hours, 17 earthquakes hit near Area 51. And they weren't small earthquakes. 4.4 magnitude, back to back. Now you gotta ask yourself this. Why is the ground shaking on one of the most secretive military zones on Earth? The
Something's
same
waking
place
up.
tied to alien sightings, underground bases, and classified experiment. You really think that's natural? Then we still have 15 scientists either missing or deceased. No explanation. Now connect the dots. For years, insiders and high-level officials have hinted at things that they can't fully explain. We're talking about crafts the size of football fields, objects moving in ways that don't follow human physics, stopping in midair, accelerating instantly, and then disappearing. You gotta remember that this is Area 51. This is the place that people have believed for decades is hiding the truth. Recovered technology, non-human intelligence, things they don't want the public to ever see. Now ask yourself, earthquakes shaking the ground, scientists disappearing. What if they're moving something? Or better yet, what if they're activating something? What I will tell you is, this ain't normal. I'm out.
I would not want to be outside during that. It's crazy.
This is one piece of hail. One piece.
Victims of Zorro Ranch, they're coming forward.
Investigators are swarming Jeffrey Epstein's notorious New Mexico ranch after an email in the Epstein files claims 2 foreign girls were strangled to death during rough fetish. And Epstein ordered the bodies to be buried on the ranch. A New Mexico state rep told the Daily Mail this, quote, We have people coming forward saying they were drugged, had sex organs and harvested from their bodies, and woke up around medical equipment, not knowing where they were or what happened to them.
Who in the world looked at this and thought, wow, let's put it in our mouths and then swallow it? We already know caviar is unborn fish children that come from sturgeon, which, by the way, look like prehistoric sea monsters because they are. So already questionable. But back in the day, in the Middle Ages to be precise, caviar was not fancy at all. It was so cheap and abundant that it was literally fed to peasants. In colonial US, it was also fed to prisoners and used as fertilizer. They even gave it away for free in bars because it made people thirsty, so they drink more alcohol, like popcorn and peanuts today. But way before that, in the 10th century BCE, the Persians were eating it first. They thought it had healing properties, which is optimistic at best. They also believed it gave you strength and stamina. Then rich people got involved, as they tend to do, specifically Russia in the 13th century, who brought it to France in 1920. The French elites looked at fish eggs and thought, wow, this needs a rebrand. It's only for royalty now. So they overfished sturgeon into near extinction, made it rare, jacked up the price, and suddenly you're supposed to feel something while eating literal marine ovulation. That's
nasty.
Disgusting. Thank you.
Overall, I think there's quite a bit of abdication of responsibility around like what are we going to do as people's jobs start being taken fairly aggressively. Luckily, there's a massive population drop coming, so maybe everything is just fate and it's going to work out okay. But I feel like we might get like very, very, very good AI across every pillar of art before there aren't any more people to make art.
I can't believe this is real life.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1312. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The ayes have it. House Bill 1312 has passed.
Oh, yep, this is real. Colorado has passed a bill that if you misgender your child, you will lose custody of them. There aren't enough butt cheeks in the world to hold on to for this. What? So in Colorado, you can lose custody of your child if you misgender them. Your child, the one you grew in your body and raised and loved, can be taken away from you if you call them the gender that they are. This is where we are in 2026.
That makes me think now about kids that are going to school and the types of teachers that they have indoctrinating kids on certain subjects. And then I guess when the kids go home, if the parents say otherwise, then they can be taken away.
Yo, Ian. Why do gay dudes who do surrogacy pretend like they're the ones that are pregnant and they're taking maternity photos and shit? You're holding up a photo of a woman's womb. The woman is not even in the photo. And why do they always choose boys? I mean, we got Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary. He chose 2 boys. Dave Rubin bought a boy. Benjamin Cohen bought a boy. Anderson Cooper bought a boy. Pete Buttigieg bought a boy. Sam Altman bought a boy. They always get boy.
Seems really depraved and perverted. Almost like butt another dude in the ass. You can't tell me that none of these weirdos are grooming those kids for sick, sadistic, evil shit. You can't tell me that, because I can see it. I feel bad for these kids, man. They are not going to have a normal life.
Congress officially mandated that by 2027, every single new car has to have cameras that watch your eyes, and your car can literally decide if you're allowed to drive or not. So this is not a bill and it is not a proposal. It was actually already signed into law back in 2021. Every single new car sold in America by 2027 has to have infrared cameras on your steering column.
Every vehicle manufactured is going to have a kill switch in it. The car itself will monitor your driving, and if the car thinks that you're not doing a good job driving, it will disable itself.
They're saying that these cameras would not only just track your eye movement, but also your pupil size and your head position the entire time you're driving. If the camera decides that you're impaired, it can prevent the car from starting, or it can slow you down mid-drive. Hello? The agency that's in charge of this entire thing just told Congress that the technology isn't even ready yet because there has been so many mistakes. Even at 99.9% accuracy of this software, millions of sober drivers would be locked out of their own car every single year. Your car could literally shut you out of it because of sunlight or because you looked away for 1 second. So that's the problem. There is no federal opt-out, and Congress is literally fighting about it right now to decide whether or not they're going to keep it or end it. So the question really is, do you guys want this to be a thing or no?
I don't know who she is, but we need to protect her.
Everybody, I'm Wendy Bell. You know, it's stunning to monitor the media's lack of interest in the whole Maui story. I've been in this business for 30 years. I'm stunned. But I'm not surprised. The dots are connecting. And coincidence seems to be the story here, right? But the true story, the media knows it is not allowed to tell. But I can. Is it a coincidence that the Maui police chief is the same man who was in charge in Las Vegas during that massacre that killed 58 people? Is it a coincidence that the Maui property, owned by billion and billionaires, wasn't touched by the flames while homes of the locals all burned? Was it a coincidence that the flames traveled across hundreds of feet of pavement and crossed a 4-lane highway with emergency shoulders to jump into the ocean and then burn all the boats? Was it a coincidence that the largest system of outdoor emergency sirens in the world never made a sound as the fire devoured Lahaina? Was it a coincidence that at the same time, very same time, all the water was turned off? Was it a coincidence that police were ordered to block off streets and to funnel all the cars trying to escape onto
It's all a
one
coincidence.
road where that firestorm incinerated entire families? How about the coincidence that the governor of a
Now, of course, the real agenda behind this cannot be shared on here. They're taking down all kinds of videos exposing this. If you want to know the truth about this scenario and the others planned, comment truth below and then check your DM.
When I tell you guys this matrix is ran by Freemasonic, Illuminati, Rockefeller, psychopaths, I'm not playing with you. And I break this down at every level. And from your news to your little Pfizer to Ford to Amazon, what if Amazon meant a Mason? Wow, no way could I make this stuff up. And if you just study the compass there for a second, is that what they're portraying here with it flipped upside down a little bit? Does that look like a Freemason compass? And what if the very Amazon little check itself was a rock hard D? Would that upset you? When you look at it with a different state of mind, you might just see it a little differently. It goes and goes, guys. The Tubal chain and the little Apple store and the Android store logo here. And don't think the Play Store isn't the seal of Satan. And Google Chrome doesn't have the 666 spun up in it.
Just a coincidence.
Celebs throw up the 666 in our faces constantly. And I can't make this stuff up. And yes, here's your 666 on the Ford logo. They hide it in so intricately. Now the Ford trucks don't drive if you're in any kind of a panic or any kind of stress. Weird. And they hide it in Roman numerals. They hide it in Hebrew letters, guys. They hide it all over the place because they put it right in our face. This is why the M isn't connected, because they're 3 separate numerals of 6 in Hebrew. What a coincidence, right? And I've shown you guys the reptilian eye on Taco Bell and the 666 here. And tell me I'm reaching, please. Walt Disney has the 6s hidden in everywhere, and flip Mickey over and it's wicked and you've got the 6s. And I'm sure it's another coincidence that they hide the 6s in the World Economic Forum. And Meta itself is the satanic Leviathan symbol. And what do you know? CERN has got the 6s right there in their logo. Tell me these are all coincidences, please. I love to hear it. Satanic Oreo with the Freemason compass right there, the Leviathan cross, and the rest of it all that I've shown you guys so many times with the 12 crosses. The Jamba Juice logo, flip sideways, 666. Anyways, I can go on and on with these all day. I've got hundreds of these on my phone to prove these fools are dropping 6s in our face as a symbolism to taunt you. It's not about scaring you or it being evil. It's just simply putting it in your face and showing what they represent 666 as. And it's a take it or leave it situation. If you want to deny it, that's fine. But this stuff is undeniable, how they throw this in our face. And this is the very fabric of the Matrix. So you can take it or you can leave it. You can swipe me or you can like it. But I'm here to tell you, this ain't gonna stop. The evil will be exposed. I've been doing this for years and it's just now trending. So jump on the train or get left in the dust. It's totally up to you. And for the real ones, much love. And to the fake ones, good luck.
One of the scientists who passed away was followed around by a frequency that would make popcorn kernels pop randomly. And that's the tip of the iceberg, y'all. You know that in the last 24 hours, we've had 12 earthquakes right outside of the highly classified base in Nevada. Oh, on the screen, completely unrelated, found by her, but it's created all these beams of energy and frequency, but it's nothing, it's unrelated, trust me. And there's a lot more, but we will get to that. So right here we have her ex-boyfriend who is recounting a story of popcorn popping well after the fact when he was around her. I'm about to get a drink. Does anyone want a Mountain Dew? Sorry, do you? No can do.
When she was here, we were sitting on the couch and we had just made popcorn. We were going to watch a movie, and the popcorn in the bowl started to pop again. You know, it already cooled off, so it started to pop again. And
Whoa.
she started to like.
And you witnessed that yourself?
It was in my
too?
It was in my hand.
Wow.
And she started to like scream and vomit. And she's telling me they're
popping in his hand, and she starts freaking going crazy. The same girl that passed away not too long after. Coincidentally, not related. Again, trust me. And then she said they were her. But look, all these people are completely unrelated, right? But they're all connected to NASA, Space Force, the US government. I'll leave that for part 2. What do y'all think is going on?
With these new AI sensors going in trucks, this is what it's going to be like when you're trying to run from a tornado. Watch.
That ain't looking good.
Granny, we gotta go.
You think?
Granny, run!
I know Ford's doing it too.
Come on, come on, come on!
Due to elevated heart rate, high stress levels, and panic indicators, you are not fit to operate this vehicle.
What? You're done.
There's a tornado!
Have you tried calming down?
Daryl, it's getting bigger.
Start the truck!
Let's begin a breathing exercise. Inhale. Exhale.
I'm not breathing right now!
Daryl, do something.
I'm trying!
Analyzing driver condition, I've determined you
I know what you're determined, but you're wrong!
I am never wrong.
Whose bright idea was this?
Your government's.
Ooh.
Granny, I have a feeling we're not in America anymore.
Uh-oh.
What do you guys think? Any of you buy these new trucks yet?
Hammers and chisels. Hammers and chisels. And slaves and whips and chains. The hardest frickin' rock in the world. Laser precision. Hammer, chisels, slaves, whips, and chains. Not advanced technology. Not hidden history. But sheer brutality and forcefulness.
I think it was lasers.
Got this done. Do you know how difficult it is today to lift this frickin' thing? And about 20% of the statue isn't even there. Most people, because they haven't been to the pyramids, I went to Chichen Itza. I saw the Mayan pyramid up close. I touched it. The blocks are gigantic, and they are not a millimeter out of line with the moon. They aligned it with the moon, so the shadow casts once a year. Do you know this? Chichen Itza. It's insane. They had technology and wisdom that today we do not have. We do not have the technology and wisdom today that they had thousands of years ago. But the mainstream academia, which surely isn't controlled at all, has everyone convinced that we are at the height of science and technology. It is a complete joke. They are laughing at you, and they have duped many of you.
It's got to be some sort of, like, not necessarily lasers, but something like lasers where it can just, like...
Maybe not you if you're watching this video, though. I would love to see this frickin' thing standing up straight. Is this a depiction, by the way, of a titan? A giant? These are questions we should be asking, man. When I went to Chichen Itza, by the way, the tour guide there, who was Mayan, said, dude, the Mayans ascended, and everyone laughed. He said they went up, they went in the sky, or flew away. Everyone laughed. He said, dude, it happened, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
You know, I talk about petrified giants a lot, but what about petrified humans?
What you're seeing right here, it looks to be an Indian woman pregnant, actually, that has been petrified. Now, stick with me here because the evidence of this is overwhelming, guys. Now, there were some statues that were pushed over recently. Look at the inside of these statues. They're supposed to be marble, by the way. That does not look like marble on the inside.
Nope.
That looks, to me, like
people
petrified flesh. This is in Paris. This is a statue. Once again, the arm has been cut off. This is the arm. Now, they're telling us that these statues were carved by hammer and chisel. So you're telling me that they literally put bones, like chiseled bones inside of these statues. How does that make any sense to you guys? You really think that this is hammer and chisel, guys? Like, look at the beard and the hair. Like, I'm starting to think more and more that the stories of Medusa weren't actually about a being, but about a process. I believe that they had technology that was able to instantly petrify these giants, humans. All the statues that we see were actually petrified humans. I mean, like, have a look at this. Like, the cloth around her, the detail, the sadness. This looks to me like a petrified woman. Then when you start to look into all these statues, it just starts to become more and more obvious. Like, come on now, hammer and chisel. This guy's been skinned. You can see the just incredible details here. The veins, the muscles, everything, the ribs, like petrification. This is a good one here too. This was dug up in Russia, right? But watch this one. This one's very, very interesting. I talk about this a lot, guys. Look at this. This is a giant. This is a titan. But you can see here, look at the blood that comes down. Like, look at the bone structure. Look at the muscles, the knee, everything. Guys, we live in the remnants of a much larger past, and the evidence of, petrified beings all over the world right in front of us. It's right in plain sight. I genuinely believe that these are all petrified humans, guys. Like, these great resets that have happened throughout our history, the floods, all that stuff, they happened and they covered everything up. And they don't want you to know what really happened. The people that control this world are desperately trying to keep you from the truth. This is why they poison you every single day, to keep you in a lowered state of consciousness, to keep you sick, docile, weak.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, boys, I sent her a little too hard, Mike.
That's insane. Kids trying to open it. That's kind of spooky. Wow.
A man's home was burglarized while he was taking a nap, and the Ring camera footage is
Toronto.
shocking.
I do live in like a super safe neighborhood, and I lock my doors at night, but I didn't lock them while I was taking a nap, I guess. And I didn't even notice somebody broke into my house until I saw the
Farted on you?
Why are you wearing an eye patch? Yeah, he it gave me an eye infection when he farted in my face.
Do you realize they just tested all of America to see if there would be a revolution? They literally said, okay, we're all pedophiles. We've been stealing all of your tax dollars and sending it to a genocidal regime. Look, in 4K, go ahead and look at this. We just murdered 500,000 people, 500,000 women and children. We're going to rebuild on their bones and then enslave you with technology and AI. And the American people literally did fucking nothing. So what comes next, you're complicit in. That's the reality, that our publicly elected officials and the American people are complicit in what happens next because we have done nothing. It's that simple.
This is Quiz. He didn't have enough money to pay for his food. Now he is asking people to cash app him. Don't come around the brothers if you broke.
When I was growing up, I had friends that were dirt poor. And my parents knew this. Like, not a dollar to their name poor. And I remember from time to time my dad would come up and get me and go, hey, why don't you call up all your friends and call up what's their name and we'll go pick them up and go out to eat somewhere, knowing full well that the people he named didn't have any money. And we go out to eat or go do something fun, and before the bill came, my dad would sneak off and pay for everything. And some of my friends would go, Mr. Moser, I have $5 for my parents. And he would always say, no, everything's on me, it's okay, you guys keep your money. Knowing full well that a few of my friends that were with us had not a dollar in their pocket. And I remember watching him do this for years, my parents doing this for years, and finally one day I asked my dad, I said, hey Dad, how come when we go out you don't ask money from my friends, or you just pay for everything, or you don't accept money from them? And I'll never forget, he said, because I know damn well some of your friends don't have a dollar to their name, Brian. I know that some of your friends' parents don't have any money, but we do. And friends don't sit around and watch other friends starve. If we have it, your friends have it. Friends take care of each other, Brian. And that stuck with me. And that lesson my dad taught me stuck with me because in my young adult life when I was out on my own, I met more people who didn't have a dollar to their name. And I would call my friends up and I'd say, hey man, you want to go get something to eat? You want to go do something? Come on, let's go do something. Let's go get something to eat. And they might end up saying, I can't, man. I really don't have any money on me. I'd say, I didn't ask if you had any money on you. I asked if you want to go get something to eat with me. Come on, it's on me. And now here I am years later down the road, married with a child of my own who I know has friends whose parents don't have any money to their name. And luckily I married a woman who's wonderful and learned the same lessons that I did and who knows you take care of people that don't have it. So my wife and I have this understanding that when I go to buy passes for something or a membership like the zoo or the science center for a kid, we buy the passes that come with all the additional guest passes for the year. That way, all of Madeline's friends who might not have money, they always get to go.
That's cool.
Always on us. Or if my daughter or my wife says, hey, let's invite so-and-so to dinner. When we go out to dinner and we're sitting there, my wife gives me this little look right there. That means we're paying for dinner. So I will go get the server and say it's all on us because we want our daughter to know the same lessons that we were taught. That if we have it, they have it. That friends don't let friends sit around and starve while you feed your bellies. You
Good advice.
take care of your friends. You take care of the people who are important to you. If you have it, they have it. Now, my wife and I are not rich by any means, but we have enough to take care of the people around us. And we want our daughter to know that friends take care of each other. And honestly, I wish more parents taught their kids that lessons because we wouldn't see videos like that on the internet of kids making fun of kids who don't have it.
Testing it. This here is a high-tech holographic
Gonna be crazy.
being tested in the desert by the government, and it was recorded by a passerby. Now, for those who don't know what Project Beam means, it's a high-tech, three-dimensional, realistic laser display that will be projected all around the world, and this will be used to usher in the Antichrist. And this will be at the end of the New World Order. There will be a lot of display of things in the sky, especially alien spaceships. And this will be used to bring the people into panic, into fear. You know, especially in major cities, these things will be displayed. It will also be used to, make a false rapture scene, okay, to get Christians and religious people to think that the rapture has occurred. So there will be a lot of holographic display of the Christ, in the air, and this will get people to run into panic. That is when there will be demand for unity.
I think that they're going to possibly fake a rapture and make it appear that a bunch of people are going up to heaven and then everybody else gets left behind. And then people are just going to figure like, oh, I guess I'm not going to heaven. I might as well sin now. And then, you know what I mean?
Be demand for safety. And that will be when the Antichrist will come into the scene. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. The coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan with all power, signs and lying wonders. The lying wonders there is the display, the projections in the sky, and this will be both supernatural and man-made. So there'll be use of high-tech laser displays in the sky to deceive the people, and there will also be supernatural displays. Okay, there'll be a lot of things happening in the sky. Verse 10, with all unrighteous deception among those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth, that they might be saved. The media also will partake in this, the same thing they did during the lockdown, to get the people to conform, to accept what the government says. That is when the one world government will be formed, okay, to fight against the coming together for peace and safety, to fight against the aliens. All those is part of deception. So out of chaos will the man of perdition be revealed. All these are just drone simulations, and they are all part of the testing. Remember, these are high-tech laser projections. Therefore, if they say to you, look, he is in the desert, do not go out. Or look, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe it. For as the lightning comes from the east and flashes to the west, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. The Bible says that he will give them over to a strong delusion, that they should believe the lie. So there will be a lot of displays like this in those days. All these things you're seeing, they are telling you what they are planning on doing. Okay, remember, this is in the sky projecting, and people are seeing these things. In those days, it will be more real than this. They always show you what they plan to do before time, and this year is exactly how it will be done, through high-tech laser display using drones. So drones will be used in those days. This is Spider-Man Far From Home, and this is exactly the example, because it is not just the display, it will also be sound. It will come with sound, and they will merge the two in those days, okay, both sound and display, to get people to be really deceived. There will not only be laser holographic displays, there will also be the real alien shapes. So they'll be mixing the real with the displays to get the people deceived, okay? And then you have sounds. People will be hearing sounds that will make the whole thing real. All these things are part of their projections, and they'll continue testing. Remember, DARPA already have the ability to create clouds. They can generate clouds. So all these things will be merged in those days to create a realistic display, to fool the world into accepting the mark of the beast, the one world religion, the one world government, the new world order, basically.
Yep.
Guys, look at how disgusting this is. This is how they laugh at Jesus, a man that never hurt a fly. This is what they do for little kids to watch. It's sick.
Look how she's dressed for a little kid show. Must be common.
אף שישנם נוצרים טובים, ההתבוללות היא סכנה נוראית, המאיימת על שלום העם היהודי. אני רוצה להתבולל! אתה יודע בכלל מה זה להתבולל? זה לקיים יחסי מין עם גויה. זה לא דבר שלא אני ולא אתה רוצים כמובן. אני רוצה שהילדים שלי יאכלו את הבלחון ויהיו גויים. משעמם לי כאן טופי. אני רוצה לגור בשוויץ עם גויה.
Like, seriously, who dresses like that for kids?
שוקי, אם אתה כל כך אוהב את ישו, אז אתה תשחק את ישו. אני הוא יהודה איש קריות. ואני ישו. אני רוצה שכולכם תהפכו לנוצרים ותאכלו חזיר וטבלרון ויהיה לכם כיף. אתם רוצים מצותים בבית? בגלל זה אני אצלוב אותך. איך אתה מעז להטיף ליהודים התמימים? אלוהים! למה עזבת אני? אתה נאצי ישו, אתה נאצי. טופי, לא, טופי, אני מפחד. אני הלכתי על המים, אני הפכתי צרצרים לעוגה. לא, אני לא ישו. זו טעות, אני משה רבנו.
These people really hate us. These people truly hate us.
And she's laughing while doing it.
Do shows Do we do children's shows talking about them like this? Of course not. This speaks volumes.
You want to go over here a little bit? Yeah, but no pressure, no rush. What do you think?
That is a big snake. Oh, it's a cobra. That dude's brave. I think scary looking.
Here's another satanic Super Bowl ritual. Mac Hollins arriving to the game with handcuffs and the whole shebang. And look what number's on his shirt. There it is. There's the 13. Not only is it there once, it's there 3 times. 2 13s on the front and another one on the back. But what you need to understand is he did not decide to wear this outfit. He was instructed to wear this. He was given this specific outfit to wear. And yes, I'm aware he wears weird outfits before all the games. But this one, he was instructed to wear. He was given this outfit with the 13s on it specifically to wear, to let the entire world know that he's a prisoner, he's a slave, he's a little bitch puppet. What a good little bitch puppet you were. What a good little boy wearing your outfit. Now go tell all your friends about this bitch.
No way.
Having lived through quite literal hell these past 7 months, if you strip someone of their humanity long enough, you will arrive at the chilling conclusion that they don't deserve.
I agree. Erica Kirk seems very upset, guys.
Every morning I wake up
Okay.
to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface.
What?
I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO.
No way.
And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband.
Impossible.
And the list goes on and on and on.
We can't keep doing this to Erica Kirk. She seems very upset, guys. This is not cool. Come on, son. Shh. Shut up! Who did this? What is this?
Shabbat Shalom, motherfuckers.
Come on, guys. Clearly, that last video was definitely AI. I don't know who the hell is putting this stuff together, but I feel Erica Kirk. She's going through so much. She just lost her husband. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. You guys have been playing games with her name all throughout the internet ever since. And she's tired of it, guys. Erica Kirk is tired of it all. Shut up! Come on, bro. Leave her alone. This is a great woman. She's very brave. She's very strong for holding it down after what happened to her husband. It's stuff like this. That's the problem. Shut up! Now listen, could it be that Drewski started all of this? I don't think so, because people been coming at her before Drewski did that skit. And I don't know who the hell put this together. Most likely it's AI. I'm just playing out, guys. Entertainment purposes only. This is a great woman. She's very brave, very strong. She's been holding it down ever since her husband left. Please, guys, give her a break. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this, because this is ridiculous. I'm out.
Please tell me there is not many people like this. I can't even believe this is real. This guy has had 36 boosters and he's had COVID 15 times. I've had 0 boosters and COVID 0 times.
Same.
Listen to this.
Currently about to get my 36th COVID booster, and I'm pretty excited because this marks 6 boosters a year since 2020 without missing a single one, which was always my goal. But I still intend to keep getting the boosters for the rest of my life because the truth is, it's people like us getting our boosters who are the only people protecting everybody else in society from that disastrous virus. So if you hear misinformation coming out today that suggests that these vaccines are not safe and effective, ignore it. Keep calm, carry on, and keep getting your boosters. Because if we stop, if we give up, if we get dismayed, COVID will come back. And it will come back worse than ever. I've had COVID 15 times over the last 6 years. And every time I get it, it really is a nasty bug. I'm often off work for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And it's only when I get another booster that I feel healthy enough to go back to work. So don't listen to people trying to wear you down. Keep up the fight. We are the Spartans defending everybody else from the army of bacteria.
Another thing to take note. He's had 6 boosters a year, which adds to 36. Well, if you add all the numbers together in 36, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, all the way to 36, you get 6, 6, 6. Obviously, though, this was all just for entertainment. Clearly, after I've watched this video, I'm going to go and get every possible booster.
Me too.
Thanks, my friend. And I'm as fictional as a dinosaur.
I'm getting 9 tomorrow.
A long paper trail of alleged receipts, baby. Even I couldn't believe it when I decided to go down that rabbit hole. For starters, people have always pointed out over the years how Barack Obama mistakenly called Michelle Michael or Mike during a couple speeches and interviews. And I'm talking about this happening a few times, y'all.
Distinguished guests and men and women of the finest military in the world. And most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah, Michael, and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's
keep the noise levels down.
Want to make sure he knows we're coming, or she.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if she's got some cubs, that's when you really got to worry.
Yeah. You know what my kids asked me? They said, "You got to ask the president. Does anything scare him?"
You know, well, when Michelle's mad, I get worried.
It's not just Michelle, it's Mr. Barack as well. They're both inverts for entertainment purposes only.
In this, there's how the Obamas always posted wedding pics, but no pregnancy pics or pics of the girls until 3 to 6 years old. Apparently, Michelle tries to tell the public that Malia and Sasha were conceived through IVF. But the truth is that the daughter's real mother is allegedly Dr. Anita Blanchard, who was supposedly the same doctor that delivered the Obama daughters. There are even photos of the two families vacationing together in Hawaii that made rounds with people claiming that the real parents, Martin Nesbitt and Dr. Anita Blanchard, were always following closely behind so they could keep an eye on the Obamas. Oh, I'm just getting started, loves, because this is one hell of a rabbit hole. So based on what people dug up on the internet, there are receipts suggesting
there is a kind of watermark that you can reach in the insider world called cosmic top secret. And at that point, you're now considered to be 35 levels of need to know above the President of the United States. Because once you get to that level, you are now part of what Rich Dolan has called a breakaway civilization. What we're dealing with at that level is a very highly classified world that lives either in underground bases, of which I've been debriefed on approximately 265 that our military-industrial complex has built. They hold about 60,000 people each. And there's a whole lot of stuff I could talk about with that. But then also there are a series of flying orbital platforms that are cloaked. So they are actually in our atmosphere and they're very large. They actually do have those.
That blows my mind.
In a blood sacrifice, there are these sacraments that they would do where they drink and then they go into an altered state, and they use that altered state to do very interesting stuff like out-of-body travel, where they can, what they call time travel, they'll actually go backwards in time. They can do this psychically, occupy like a bum who's drunk and passed out in a haystack, get him to wake up and go kill somebody, and then the whole timeline you're on changes, and the only person who remembers the old timeline is the one who jumped into the bump. Everybody else on Earth is on a different timeline. And they played around with that a lot. It's one of the high-level disciplines of the Illuminati.
So
most people don't talk about that because it's so disturbing.
So this is like remote viewing, but time travel remote viewing, where you actually take
someone else's
possession
body and use it to do things in the past, and you're fully conscious in that body while you're doing it.
That's crazy.
Watch this.
That guy's an idiot. That moose would destroy him without even trying. Goose is probably trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with him.
As you probably know, this is just insane behavior, and I really don't understand why the bull moose didn't get more aggressive, because at the beginning of this clip, it looks like that bull moose is not happy with this person, and it really just has to be out of confusion that bull moose did not charge, because that obviously looks like a rival moose. That when the person is standing there holding the horns, that looks like a rival bull moose, and the thing is, that bull moose is much smaller than the actual full-grown bull moose that's in front of the person. So that bull moose probably knows that it can run over this person with no problem at all. And moose are actually seen as more dangerous than even grizzly bears in certain places, just because they are so unpredictable and so territorial, and they're just so much bigger that they really don't fear anything. Like, they really don't fear humans much at all. Even the people that hunt moose, the moose will charge them a lot of the time just because they don't fear them, and they know that if they charge, they will more than likely overpower and oversize that person. So that just shows that this is an insane act of behavior here, and I don't know the story behind it. I don't know why the person is doing this. I wish I did, but it is just wild to see this clip, and it's one that I had never seen before.
Whatever you're going through, man, you can get through it. No, listen, man, listen. You can get through this. Come on, let's talk about it for a minute. Can I at least have prayer with you? You believe in prayer, I know that. Can I at least have prayer with you? You mind if I just hold your hand and pray with you? Come on, man, touch my hand. Touch my hand. Look at my hand. Just touch my hand. Just touch my hand, man. I'm praying. You're hurting, but if you jump, you're going to hurt other people. And they're going to be hurting just like you're hurting now. The cycle got to stop of hurt. The sight of hurt got to stop.
I know you got a lot going on. You do. But whatever, if you make that jump, it is going to be 100 times worse for everyone you care about. I know you don't want to do that to them.
Come on, man. Come on, please.
Nice.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. It's all right. It's all right.
I love you. We all love you. We wear this badge for many reasons. This is the main reason. To reach those whom the devil thinks he got. He ain't got you. We got you, all right? Yeah. All right?
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for today. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you very much. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Peace.